Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Electric Viking. Fantastic to see you. My name is Sam Evans, and I'm coming to you at 10 past 11 or 11:10 p.m. on a Saturday evening here in Melbourne, Australia. Thank you to those of you who have joined us on Patreon and supported the channel. Your support is immeasurable. It's immense. One day I will personally thank all of you somehow. Hopefully we can meet up at some point in the future. That's what I'm planning on doing. Now, thank you also to those of you who have become members of the channel. You get access to some videos pre-released 24 hours before they are shown on the channel. Now, if you haven't already, you should start trading. It is time you did so. For those of you who have already done so, I know lots of you who have made a lot of money over the last couple of years. Specifically, some of you have made a lot of money trading within the last 6 months. If you want to start trading, you can use the Stake app. I'll put a link in the description below. You can click on that link and use my code to get a free stock from Stake. So Geely wants to sell 3.7 million cars in 2025 with new energy vehicles accounting for, sadly, only 40%. Now, BYD has transitioned almost entirely to a new energy vehicle company within the last 12 months. Unfortunately, it's surprising to me that Geely doesn't plan to do the same, considering their electric vehicle strategy. They have 3 electric vehicle brands, Zeekr, Volvo, and Polestar, and electric vehicle sales are going crazy for those brands. Here in Australia, Volvo's sales have increased massively, and they've sold out their entire allotment of electric cars for this year. Now, I'm seeing the same thing all over the world right now. So this is clear evidence for Geely, very clear evidence that customers want their electric vehicle. Now, on October the 31st, Geely held the Smart Geely 2025 event in Hangzhou, China. Car News China reported on this event, and at this meeting, Geely Automobile Group CEO Gan Wei announced the Smart Geely 2025 strategy. Here are their 8 goals. 8 goals were announced at that meeting. Number 1, accelerate the transition toward new technologies and artificial intelligence, with Geely becoming a global leader in automotive technology. Number 2, new technological innovation will allow the company to create an in-house full-stack ecosystem of new energy, autonomous driving, intelligent network connection, and an intelligent cockpit. Number 3, more than 25 new smart energy products will be launched in the next 5 years. Not sure exactly what those are, but when I find out, I'll let you know. Number 4, Smart Geely 2025 will be based on 3 new intelligent systems: intelligent energy system, intelligent manufacturing system, and intelligent service system. Number 5, Geely's will start mass producing self-developed silicon carbide power chips able to operate at extreme temperatures in 2023. That's a great goal. I like that they're doing that. Number 6, Geely will also launch a brand new replacement travel brand by 2025. It consists of 5,000 extremely fast power station swaps in 100 core cities, able to meet the power swap needs of 1 million vehicles. Number 7, in 2023, they will launch in Europe their first high-end all-electric SUV, bringing Geely's smart new energy products global. Now, I imagine that will be a Volvo SUV, but of course, it's likely Geely will make their own version of that, as they often do. They'll often build a car and then sort of change some of the bodywork and call it a Geely as well. I imagine they'll do that for Volvo, probably Polestar and Geely as well. Number 8, in 2025, the sales forecast of the group is estimated at 3.65 million vehicles, keeping Geely solidly at the top spot in the Chinese brand market share and above other mainstream joint venture brands. Now, out of interest, BYD released their sales goals for 2025. They plan on selling 3.5 million NEV new energy vehicles in 2025. No petrol, no diesel, just new energy vehicles. So, of Geely's 3.65 million vehicles they plan on selling in 2025, 650,000 will be from the Zeekr brand, electric car brand, while 3 million will be from the Geely Automotive Group. In the Chinese domestic market, the group forecast is 1.3 million vehicles under the Geely brands, 300,000 under Geometry, and 600,000 under Lynk Co., with 200,000 cars under the brand new technology switching Travel brand. The overall overseas sales of the group are estimated at only 600,000 vehicles, very conservative. By 2025, Geely Automobiles Group's new energy sales will reach 900,000 vehicles, accounting for 30% of total sales, a percentage which comes to 40% including the Zeekr brand. Now, Geely had an additional 4 points here that they added, making it a total of a 12-part strategy. Number 9, Geely will focus on Eastern Europe, the Middle East, Southeast Asia, Africa, South America, and other countries with the goal of building 600 sales outlets overseas, thanks to entering new energy markets such as Europe and the Asia Pacific. By 2025, Geely plans to achieve a 25% reduction in carbon emissions across the entire chain of its operations. Number 11, by the same year, the company forecasts a twofold increase in sales volume, bringing Geely to the number 1 place in the Chinese market. Also, by the same year, a 30% increase in revenue from the bike sector is forecast. So they're planning on making bikes as well. Number 12, 350 million shares of equity will be assigned to the first batch of 10,000 employees, giving them even more motivation with more core employees transformed from workers into partners. This is the best strategy out of these 12 points by far. By far. Number 12, wow. I love it. That is fantastic. I absolutely cannot say enough to how much I love this strategy. I'm just going to read it with you again. This is what I do, by the way, as well. I'm not a global automotive brand, but for my little business, this is what I do. 350 million shares of equity were assigned to the first batch of 10,000 employees, giving them even more motivation with core employees transformed from workers into partners. Now, by the way, Tesla does a similar thing as well. So this confirms Geely's ambitions for the next 4 years. Now, Geely actually acquired Volvo 10 years ago from Ford and Lotus this year, and they established EV and hybrid brands Polestar and the hippish Lynk & Co. Now, I believe Geely has done a phenomenal job transforming Volvo. The company was old and dated and not really cool anymore. And Geely, well, it's a fact. They definitely made the brand cool again. They make good-looking vehicles, stylish vehicles, understated, stylish, classy-looking vehicles. They've done a brilliant job with Volvo. Full credit to them for that. But don't forget the Geometry and Zeekr brands. Zeekr means geek in Chinese. I don't know about calling a car geek, but anyway, that are slowly getting ready for European expansion. Yes, it's happening. So are Volvo and Polestar with their electric cars in Europe and all over the world. In addition to all this, Li Shufu earlier also announced they want to launch low-orbit satellites to navigate their autonomous vehicles. Very interesting strategy here. One that you'd think Tesla might use as well with their SpaceX satellites. Moreover, Geely revealed that it would build EVs for other brands and partner with Foxconn and Beidou. So is this a good strategy? Will this strategy work? Absolutely not. This is a terrible strategy. Point number 12, which I read to you twice, is fantastic. Brilliant. I love it. Fantastic move. Saying that only 40% of your cars will be new energy vehicles in 2025 means you are basically up shit creek, as we like to say here in Australia. You are screwed. If that is their real plan, if they genuinely are planning that only 40% of their vehicles will be new energy vehicles, then they are in huge trouble. Absolutely huge trouble, because remember that about 40% of those sales are planning to be in China. And if you really think that the average Chinese consumer will want to buy a petrol vehicle from you, you have to have rocks in your head in 2025. Well, that's 4 years from now. Remember, we're already at 20% market penetration for electric cars in China right now. By 2025, we'll be at well over 50%, and people just will not want purely petrol-powered vehicles in China. That is madness to suggest that that is even on your radar. There is no way. If they surveyed their customers, they would find clearly, very, very clearly, customers do not want a petrol vehicle if they can buy a battery-powered vehicle for the same price or less, which you can right now in China. Just imagine in 2025. There will be an enormous proliferation of models. Competition in China is absolutely fierce. It's cutthroat. There's more than 300 electric car manufacturers in China right now selling their cars at incredible prices. That is what they're competing with in China, and that is 40% of their market, or 40% of their planned market. That is a diabolical position to be in, to say in 2025, 60% of our cars are going to be petrol powered. I'm shocked, to be honest. I'm shocked at this. Are you shocked? Let me know in the comments below, because I genuinely cannot understand why they think that this strategy will work. I thought that Geely were taking electrification much more seriously than this, but it turns out, well, they're just like, all the mainstream other car manufacturers that don't really plan seriously for the future, and don't plan because that future is coming far quicker. It's happening far quicker. Everyone was saying 2030, it's okay, we've got until 2030, as long as our cars are electric in 2030. But the thing is, this transition is happening so much faster than we already thought it would. By going off sales numbers in Europe and China right now, we can see the future already. The future is electric, all electric, very, very soon. In China, remember this, out of the 20% of cars in September that were sold that were NEV, new energy vehicles, 17%. So about, 85% or more were fully electric. It's happening quickly. Geely, you have to change the strategy, otherwise you're in big trouble. Now, so what does this mean for other automakers? Well, it means that they're in even more big trouble because, 40% is pretty good in comparison to companies like Ford, General Motors, Toyota, Honda, Mitsubishi, Nissan, Subaru, etc., etc. There's not many car companies in the planet that are actually preparing for what's happening right now, as in right at this minute. Just look at electric car sales. Within the last 8 weeks, we are seeing this future actually come quicker than we all thought it would. What does this mean? It means like companies like BYD will just say, oh, well, thank you, Geely. We'll take those sales from you. Not a problem at all. Tesla will say, why, thank you, Geely. We'll take up that market share. Other companies will arise. Xpeng, for example, they will arise and take more market share from these bigger companies. That is what's going to happen. A lot of these small electric car manufacturers, like Nita, who just sold 8,000 EVs in October, will change. They will become bigger, they'll become medium-sized or even bigger, and they'll take this slack up. If companies like Geely and other mainstream automakers aren't willing to make EVs that people want, then other companies will. I want to know what you think. What do you think is going to happen within the next 4 years in terms of the electric car picture? Let me know in the comments section below what you think. You all know what I think. Now it's your turn. Thank you for supporting the channel, watching the videos, and just supporting the electric car movement. It's exciting to see there's so much positive news going on. Don't get me wrong. Even though this news story is mostly not a positive one, the truth is the entire market right now is so exciting and so positive. It's unreal. Hope you have an awesome day. Looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye-bye.